We are live today at a very wet and kind of dreary, louder than life, but
not in here.
We're on a nice warm Jack Daniels
nice and warm
bus.
in
We've
here.
got Taylor here from Beartooth. Are you staying warm out there?
Yeah, it's a jacket. Just bought it. It's keeping me nice and warm, you know?
You didn't bring like warm. You're from Ohio,
I
dude.
did not.
Come on.
Yeah.
You didn't bring warm clothes?
Nope. I mean, this is pretty much the extent of me keeping warm on this tour is this jacket.
It's
all I
probably
got.
Are you
snowing
wearing
in Columbus.
socks? Your
Yeah.
toes have
Oh,
got to
yeah.
be freezing.
No, I'm
I'm
good.
like a mom. Are you warm enough?
Oh, yeah. Grew up playing hockey, so this is fine for
Oh
me.
my God, me too.
It's great.
Okay, I'm
Best sport
completely
there
out of
is.
this interview now.
See you, Tina. Where did you play?
Actually, I learned how to play when I lived in Minnesota as a kid.
Oh, well, there's no better place to learn to play in America.
Yeah,
than
unless
Minnesota.
the next best place would just be going to Canada. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Hockey.
I love it.
It's sticks, pucks, skates. It's very interesting.
It's
I
ice
puck out in a couple of
sometimes.
games. I know what that is.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
just
awesome.
yeah,
Okay?
just
And they beat each other up, which is pretty awesome.
yeah.
It's the only sport where it's allowed. You know, it's not
Actually,
frowned upon.
Yeah, there's actually a guy or two on every team that's pretty much his job. He's the goon.
Yeah. Or if you're the Bruins,
Oh, where you
it's
just,
the whole
it's
team.
kind of like roller derby.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like roller derby.
By the way, I love roller derby.
Yeah,
One of my
it's a
friends'
brutal-
wives does
yeah.
it, and I watch
I did it
It's
for a little bit.
awesome.
I
It's
could
great.
see that.
Yeah, I
I
did.
could totally see that. So you're a Jackets fan?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What was your team before the Jackets? Because they haven't been there.
The Blackhawks, actually.
Oh,
But this
see, I'm
is
born and
like,
raised in Pittsburgh, so I'm a
No.
Penguin guy.
see, I can't,
You have to hate me. I get it.
I don't like the Pens. I never could get down with them.
No.
But
and
respect.
I'm sure they'd never go down on you either.
I would
If it
hope
makes
not.
makes you feel better.
And I'm back in.
Okay. Save this.
How have you guys been doing? I know you're touring a lot and just supporting the album and just kicking ass and taking names.
We do what we can.
No, you guys are great live. I've seen you
you.
now 3 times live. I think it's been.
We honestly have no gauge of what we are live because, I mean, the weird thing about being like in a band is you never get to hear what your band sounds
Yeah.
like. So for us, we're just like, I hope it sounds good. We'll just go out there and just have fun, like for us.
Yeah,
You know,
and you
that's
do.
it.
You guys have a great time on stage. The energy
I
is
love it.
incredible.
Thank you.
yeah.
Well, for us, the first time was in Columbus at
Yeah.
Rock on the Range, which had to be probably
was
the most
a
memorable, I would
yeah.
imagine, for you guys.
That was a crazy show, and it was just cool to get to play something like hometown that's like a huge deal, but mostly just like all of our family and friends and stuff were there, and that
Yeah.
was the fun part for us. It's like a lot of our family, a lot of people that we're friends with, like came into town just to come to the show and watch us. So, I mean, it was cool to play in front of that many people. There was a lot of people there, but like it was more fun for us to get to play for our families like in that environment.
Well,
you
sure.
know?
I mean, selling out the El Rosa or something like that's great, but this was,
Yeah.
I mean, you had
It's a-
10,000, 15,000
it's a big
people.
deal,
in fact,
you know?
because you were in Columbus and at home, I think whoever was playing on the other side had a lot less people,
Yeah.
And which is what sucks about Rock on the Range, because there's
Yeah.
always 2 bands you want to see at the same time. But
yeah,
I
same
think
thing as Warped Tour.
Yeah.
You got to pick and choose, and I mean, you know, I'm thankful that people came and watched us that day.
Oh
So
yeah,
it was a really cool
It
experience.
was wild. And as I remember, weren't the somebody jumped in the crowd?
Oh yeah, we do that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it was you were
Has
walking
it ever
on the
gone
hands
bad
and,
for
yeah.
you?
Yes, absolutely. Warped Tour this year, I was like coming back over the barricade, and the security guards like grabbed me, and usually that's when you're like, oh okay, everything's cool, and then they just dropped me on the ground, and I
The
like.
security dropped you.
Yeah, and I like landed on my elbow and like cut my elbow open, and I have a big scar there now, and it was just like pain, like it hurt to bend my arm for days, and I was like, did I like break something? But you know, it's whatever. Show's gotta go on.
Nobody build you a throne so you could sit in it and tour?
No, but that would be
Oh.
awesome.
Yeah,
it.
contact
Dave Grohl.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Like-
contact Dave Grohl. He'd be more than happy
Oh,
to send
I-
you his throne builders.
I love the fact that
throne
he broke,
builders.
he like broke his leg mid-show
Yeah.
and just finished the show.
Well,
like,
they wrapped him up on stage.
Yeah, while he's playing, they're just like tending to his broken leg, and then for the rest of the tour, he just has a throne made out of guitars. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you can't beat that.
No,
He's got to be one of the coolest guys.
Oh yeah, if
In
I
rock
could
and roll.
hang out with any musician for a day, Dave Grohl, hands down.
He would be just normal.
Yeah. I feel
The
like
one-
we would have some very weird conversations.
Well, the one
Well, I
time
don't
that
know,
I met
he's-
him, he was very sick, but still incredibly nice and humble the whole way through. Like, it was like, thank you for coming. No, actually, thank you for playing so sick you look like you're about to fall over.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he couldn't have been any nicer. So he is probably one of the coolest
Yeah.
people
So
on the planet.
is he? Other than him, who else is there that you would like love to like one day be like, okay.
I'm a huge Metallica fan.
I was just gonna say,
so
is it Metallica? Because that's
James
everybody's-
Hetfield,
yeah.
like that would be a dream. I actually got to see them for the first time at Reading and Leeds, and it was just life changing. It was like they played for like 2 hours, and like fireworks were going off and stuff, and I didn't like mosh it. I just stood in the back just watching and just being like, this is everything that I love about music, you know?
Yeah.
Does people miss that? Do you think? I know a lot of people will watch a show through their phone. They want to record everything and that stuff. I mean, and obviously when people are in a pit, they're enjoying what they're doing, but don't you think they miss some of what you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I took like a 30-second video just so I could show my dad when I got home, like, because he loves Metallica too. I was like, dude, check this out. Like, because they had this crazy production and stuff, but like I took the video like in the first song, and then the rest of the set I just like turned my phone off and like put it in my pocket, like no one is interrupting this for me.
Yeah.
Good for you.
That's how I was when I saw them at Sonosphere a couple years ago in the UK, and Iron Maiden was one night and they were on the other night, and I didn't take one picture.
Yeah.
I met Bruce Dickinson and didn't even get a picture with him because I just wanted to live in the moment. I was standing there, this is how it happened. We were talking, I was talking to his son backstage.
Yeah.
And we were just chit-chatting. Didn't know that it was his son. We were just chit-chatting. And then the plane came overhead. You know, he was flying his band into the show. And he was like, oh, there's my dad. And I was like,
And you're like,
Bruce
wait a
Dickinson
minute.
is your dad?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, that's pretty rad, you know? So then he comes backstage, and he's like, hey, son. And I was like,
That's
oh,
awesome.
my God. Yes, I got to meet him. It was really cool.
That's so cool.
It was an awesome
awesome.
moment. And I didn't get a picture. But that's okay with it.
No,
I'm
yeah,
okay with it.
exactly. There's
You got
that
the
great
story, you know, and
Yeah.
it's just like, I mean, to me, that's like way cooler than someone be like, oh, look, I got a picture with Bruce Dickinson. It's
Yeah.
like, that's an experience, you know?
Absolutely. I ate a meatball sandwich with Dave Mustaine once, and I just kind of sat there and we chatted about a band that used to be on the Gigantor years ago that I became friends with, Boba Flex. I'm sure you know those guys.
Yeah.
And he said, well, he looked at me and he said, I have them in my iPod. And I looked at him and was like, you have an iPod?
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I for some reason thought Dave Mustaine couldn't operate an iPod because I can't.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he's like, who the fuck do you think I am? Of course I have an iPod. I was like, I don't even have an iPod. But it was just like, I was so glad that instead of trying to sneak a picture of me eating a meatball, that I actually talked to him.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it was. So since you obviously are a fan of actually watching the stuff that you love, if you could put together a tour for you, who would be on that tour? Give me two bands plus
Two
you.
bands? I don't even think we could be on it, but I would say Metallica and Rage Against the Machine, for sure.
Well, who wouldn't go see that?
I
Right.
would hope the entire world would love to see
I
that.
would. I would.
you
Pretty,
know?
you would
But
never be.
if they announce that tour tomorrow, I would drain my entire bank account to go to one show. I'd be like, just take my money, just throwing it at them.
Make it rain.
Yeah,
It may happen someday. You never know. You just never know.
Well, that will be the day. It does. If we're on tour, I'll be like, sorry guys, I gotta go. Find someone. You know. I'll
No,
pay
you guys
for
will
the
be
No,
on
you
show.
would
tour
be
with
on
them.
the tour. I want you
You
guys
never
on
know.
the tour.
I mean, it'd be sick.
Reach for the stars.
That would be. I've never felt nervous before playing a show, but I would feel nervous playing that show.
Now,
So you really never feel nervous before you go on stage?
I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't want to say I don't care, but it's for like, for
'Cause
me,
you're
I
doing
just
it 'cause
like,
you love it and
yeah,
it's
I'm
not-
just like, I
yeah.
want to go up and play music, you know? Like, I'm not worried about messing up or anything like that because who cares? Like,
Yeah.
like,
I wish I could do that. I
from
get
my
nervous when I
perspective,
enter
like,
bands all
when
the
I'm
time. Like I
watching
might
a
say
band,
something.
I don't want them to sound perfect. I just want them to have fun. I
Yeah.
want to see that they're having fun putting on a good show.
Yeah.
Because, like, when a band's not having fun on stage, you can tell.
oh, you
absolutely.
can absolutely tell.
For us, like, that's just, we want to go up there and just have the mindset, like, you know, we're lucky, this is what we get to do, like, let's have fun with it. Like, you can't take yourself too seriously.
And I hope
So,
you guys continue to do that as you continue to grow, because you see so many bands like start like that and
Yeah.
then they get to a certain level and it's like, now it's our job.
Yeah, I don't.
We have to go do media. We have to get on stage. We have to.
I
do,
also
you know
hope
what
we
I mean?
continue with that. But personally, I don't think we could ever take ourselves that seriously.
Good, good.
That's good.
But that's what we love about you.
Oh,
You
thank
know,
you.
and you guys
I'm
have-
glad someone else appreciates it.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and it's funny. Like, if you are having fun, no one realizes when you fuck up.
Oh,
You
yeah.
fuck up constantly.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I have messed up a lot on stage.
Yeah,
so.
you know, you just keep going, and nobody. They're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, that's cool. I never seen him do that
Yeah,
before
and I mean,
because
like-
I wasn't supposed to.
That's the thing is, like, you know, you got to realize, like, if you're touring, we tour a lot and we play a lot of shows, and it's like, it's physically impossible for everything to be perfect. So why even like make that a worry, you know? Like, go out there, have fun. You know, we know that we can play, you know, so we're just going to play. We're not going to go out there and like stand still and noodle and play everything spot on. We're just going to go out there and we're going to do what we do. And,
you should teach rock and roll school at community college. Everybody should learn that shit.
I'm just saying, I've heard Angus Young play guitar on stage. It sounds nothing like the record, but he's just killing it. And it's, I mean, AC/DC is the perfect example of a band that just does whatever they want, and they're one of the greatest bands ever. You know? Why not?
Agree.
So that's just
you
the way
didn't get
that
to
we
catch
go
them
about
on tour, did you?
No,
I saw them one time years ago.
We were actually talking about if we were like Caleb, our singer, and I were talking because we both are just huge AC/DC fans, and we were like, if they book a tour in the States and we're on tour, we were like, we will cancel days of our tour to go watch theirs and tell people like, sorry, we're canceling the show, we'll make it up to you, but AC/DC's
playing.
Closed due to AC/DC.
How awesome is that?
Beartooth is closed because of AC/DC.
And I genuinely hope people would understand.
I think they'd get it.
Yeah,
I'd get it.
Well, congratulations with the success so far of the album, and you're getting on the airwaves now. People are getting to know you, and
it's pretty cool.
You're just going to continue to tour, I'm assuming, in support of this album. But are you got anything else coming up in the future you're allowed to talk about? You want to?
I mean, there's definitely work being done like on another record. We have this tour in like this tour with Atreyu, and it kind of bleeds into us doing the tour with Slipknot, and then we go overseas and do like one last tour over there, and then
then work on a new album.
Yeah, we're not doing anything until it's done. So
well, we'll look forward to that.
That's a nice way to end a year.
Yeah.
That's
genuinely.
pretty good.
It's been a whirlwind for you guys lately, but that's awesome.
It was definitely the most like these 3 tours that we got lined up were the most unexpected things, and we were just like, wow, like
That's got to be a hell of a call from Slipknot. Hey,
yeah,
play with Slipknot?
Actually, it was an email, and I remember the day it was on Warped. We were all sitting like on our bandwagon, and we are just watching TV or whatever, and everyone's like email kind of chimes at the same time, and we're like, oh, we all just band stuff. And I think it was Brandon, our drummer, was the first one that opened it, and he's like, guys. And we were like, I know.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Because I mean, like, that, I mean, that's collectively like one of our favorite bands.
Yeah.
And just to see that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Slipknot, and they're awesome, but the fact that it's Slipknot and Suicidal Tendencies, that's like, for me, like a dream come true. You know, I've loved, my mom like showed me Suicidal Tendencies when I was a kid, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And to be able to go on a tour with them, like when I got to tell my mom, like, we're going on tour with Suicidal Tendencies, she was just like, that's the coolest. Like,
it's great because most moms would go, no, you're not. You are not going out with Suicidal Tendencies.
But it's cool too because it puts you in front of people that may not be aware of who you guys are yet.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Now you're reaching out to all of these people with Slipknot,
and
and
honestly, for me, I'm mostly just stoked that I get to watch those 2 bands every night.
Yeah.
But the other side of it is, we get to play to a lot of cool people.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to the new album and I guess the next year or so, and just continue to watch you guys grow, and hopefully we'll see you on stage with Metallica and Rage one day.
Here's hoping. Fingers crossed. If they see this, we'll take a small offer. We're fine.
I'll give them a call.
Dear Metallica, please hire
You don't need
Beartooth.
much to survive.
Just let them play just one day.
We'll pay you. Like, that's fine.
That's a great way to end the interview. It's Louder Than Life 2015 with Beartooth.